Sit down with any biologist and they'll explain in detail how their industry has shed so much light on the amazing species of plants and animals that inhabit our planet. In a relatively short amount of time, so much has been discovered. However, even though thousands of hours are spent uncovering secrets of the natural world, there are still some things researchers know almost nothing about. But a field biologist named Ann Nagayan just shed some light on one of the most mysterious. Every day, field biologists set out to gather lots of information about new plants and animal species to help better understand the roles they play in the environment. One country still full of mysteries, however, is Vietnam. Vietnamese field biologist Ann Nagayan spends countless hours exploring the exotic life sprawled throughout his home country. He spent years honing his practice, and according to him, Vietnam has a plethora of things yet to be discovered, especially in the dense forest covering much of the country. Nagayan's goal is to discover new species of animals every time he goes out in the field, and he has a special way of keeping track of them. Each time he encounters something new, he gets a tally mark tattoo on his wrist. It might sound a little crazy, but this guy's passionate about his work, and recently he added another tattoo to the bunch. Nagayan and a partner headed into the Greater Annamites ecoregion, a vast stretch of forest that runs throughout eastern Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, looking for an elusive animal that went missing years ago. It's called the silver-backed chevrotain, but many people also refer to it as a deer mouse. Of course, the animal is not the result of a deer and a mouse mating. The name comes from their physical appearance. Don't they look like they have the stature of a deer but the face of a mouse? Well, these little creatures are extremely rare, and although Nagayan knew they were supposed to live in Vietnam, he never actually saw one himself. The species is actually on the world's most wanted mammals list. They're so rare that biologists all over have a particularly strong urge to find them. Also on that list is the Wundawoi tree kangaroo and the long-beaked echidna. In fact, there are a total of 1,200 species on the Global Wildlife Conservation Most Wanted list. Chevrotains are also listed as being data deficient, meaning very little information about them exists. The first person to ever give an account of the silverback chevrotain was a British zoologist named Oldfield Thomas. In 1910, he came across 4 chevrotain carcasses, but no sign of any more. For the next 80 years, no one came across even one chevrotain, which naturally led scientists to believe the animal was extinct. However, that all changed in 1990 when Russian researchers got their hands on an actual specimen. This didn't necessarily mean they weren't extinct, however. Snare hunters caused the demise of many species throughout Vietnam, and the chevrotains could easily have succumbed to the cruel tactic. But Nagayan was determined to find answers. Nagayan and his crew interviewed villagers in the area, and when they described occasionally seeing an animal that matched the chevrotain's description, the team rigged up 3 cameras in the forest. Nagayan set up the cameras in November 2017, and they stayed there until April 2018. After reviewing the footage, he was shocked to see there, in front of the lens, was an actual silverback chevrotain. It wasn't just one either. All 3 of the camera locations saw plenty of chevrotain action during those months. However, to ensure the numbers Nagayan recorded weren't inflated, he had a specific method of calculating his estimate. Nagayan and his team counted every hour of action as one event. Incredibly, all 3 cameras captured a total of 72 events. Now, that's a lot of chevrotains. Nagayan was astounded by the discovery. Although the footage didn't give them specific information about the biology of the animal, they were able to jot down tons of notes regarding behavioral patterns, which was so much more than they ever had. The excitement of the first camera experiment led to another batch of cameras being placed in the area. This time, 208 events occurred from April 2018 to July 2018. This was concrete evidence that chevrotains were thriving. However, the research was far from through. Lots more studies must be done to truly learn the ins and outs about the chevrotains. One worry the team had was that bringing attention to the species might cause poachers to hunt them. Despite the worry, Nagayan was ecstatic he managed to land footage of the elusive chevrotain. It was a field biologist's dream come true. It was the same excitement one photographer felt after he captured his own footage of a rare species.